to Lailuma Sadid for 3 minutes. I know.
Thank you very much, Madam President, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving this opportunity to participate in this conference on behalf of the network of Afghan diaspora organization in Brussels and to reflect the voice of Afghan women here. It has been more than 5 months ago the government was collapsed by the Taliban because of a coordinated internal and external coup, which is started by the Doha peace talk for me. Bringing a terrorist group of Taliban to still they remain as a terrorist in the blacklist of the United Nations. At the negotiation table, it was a big mistake. Unfortunately, Europeans continue to bring and invite them in a negotiation table. And they know that they are dangerous not only for Afghanistan, but they will be dangerous for the wild world because they didn't cut their tie with Al-Qaeda. And terrorism has no border, and it will be dangerous for everyone. Do you know how many women, men, journalists, activists, women from the army, no one talk about LGBT and lawyers, also the other activists were tortured, raped, forced marriage, forced to move their home, and also they are in prison, and no one is talking about their lives. In a country where the freedom of expression and freedom of thought in such a cruel way by this extremist and dictators group of the Taliban. Why is the world trying to deal with this such a human rights violator in this way? Do Afghans and their lives matter? Earlier, more than 2,000 women used to work in the media in Afghanistan, and now less than 100 who work only in Kabul under very difficult conditions. No news from any provinces. More than 250 outlets and media, including TVs, radios, and also print media, are closed. Schools and all institutions for higher education and workplace is still closed for women and girls. I think Afghanistan is the only country that the women are not allowed to study. I would like to ask from the European members and also from the chair from the Engage, who is here also, to create a task force also for the women Afghans here in the European Parliament. Don't forget that the Taliban use anger and poverty as fuel and wood for their fire. Let's not forget that also poverty was 30% during the previous government, and the population with the huge aid that arrived on that time, like billions of dollars arrived, but still they are living under the poverty. Why we are not changing this people's life? Perhaps in this case, we need, the reason is the system of the centralization government is not met the demand of the citizens of Afghanistan. In this case, I think Afghanistan must move forward a federal system, because in this inclusive government, everyone is talking about that. We have experienced 20 years in Afghanistan with the experience of inclusive government, but we saw at the end. I think it's the time that called to also to the United Nations to send their troops and also observer in Afghanistan to prevent the daily human rights crimes and also to make sure for the distribution of the humanitarian aid in an effective way. The world should not
Lailuma,
ignore the demand of the Afghan people of Afghanistan. Just 3 questions from the MEPs, and then I will stop. I would like to ask from MEPs and members of the parliament, have you asked the people of Afghanistan what kind of government they want? Presidential, parliamentarian, federal, or any other kind of? Do they want the lawyer Jurgge or a referendum? I think Jurgge is not work in this time. In the Jurgge, I cannot participate. I must to be there with the man from my family to escort me, and then I cannot talk freely. And Jurgge doesn't work, especially to establish a government. And also, now where do you see justice, freedom of expression, and freedom of thought, and also the LGBT right in Afghanistan? Same country said the Taliban is the truth and nothing can be changed. That is wrong. We should consider the Taliban as a disease to humanity. So coronavirus is also reality, but we are not to stay quiet on that and not silent. It's better to find a solution and change everything that we needed. And the problem will be solved in this way. Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you, Lailuma. Thank you. I know that you have so many things to say, and I'm so frustrated not to give all the time that I wanted to give, but we have to really stick to the time. So